Hey, what's up, guys? To Intuitive 717, I am back with another reading. We're going to dive right into a collective message around the Divine Masculine Collective. But what I'll do is I'll start with your energy, Divine Feminines, and like how they see you, because I'm getting that they find a lot of comfort in your energy right now. I'm sensing too a lot of your Divine Masculines are going through deep transformations, a lot of deep shifts. It's happening on a deeper level. Like on the surface, they're not letting anybody know that they're going through a lot of these shifts. It's usually while they're at work and they have just time to be by themselves. A lot of your Divine Masculines could drive as well, or drive long distances. There's a long commute to work, something like that, but they look forward to the time that they have. A lot of them could be researching or looking up information on trying to understand themselves. I feel like they're going through ascension, but they don't quite realize that it's ascension symptoms that they're having. Many of them could be feeling like just really detached from reality or their environment or the people around them, and it feels really depressing, but this is part of their experience and their journey, because many of them could be learning to associate themselves with their soul family right now. They're realizing that a lot of this depression is coming from change needing to occur, or maybe them having the courage to change. And in learning or trying to understand themselves or this journey, they know that it definitely has something to do with you, because after meeting you, that's when they found that maybe a lot of these relationships in their life started to shift or change. And I'm also seeing gossip. So a lot of your Divine Masculines could feel like they're the talk of the town, or just people maybe talking about them. And I don't think it has anything to do with you, Divine Feminine. I feel like it more has to do with how they're coming off, or maybe they're changing, or they're a bit more moody or snappy. I feel like it's because a lot of these relationships are on thin ice, and it's because many of your masculines, they're trying to let go. Maybe they want to have less to do with these people in their lives, and they could be spending a lot of time listening to like podcasts, or like, people maybe on YouTube, for example, or people who have, blogs of their own, or people who are sharing their own experiences. It's like a lot of your Divine Masculines are realizing what it means to connect with like-minded people or soul family for the first time. Okay, so if you guys have a social media platform where you guys share about transformation or ascension, awakening, any kind of spiritual topics, a lot of your Divine Masculines could be all over your feeds right now, because it just feels comforting. Okay, so that has a lot to do with just a lot that they're experiencing on their own. I feel like many of them they could be seeking more out of life. And also too, with you, Divine Feminine, they feel like they're a little late to the party. They might have seen you as odd or weird for really digging into or delving into a lot of these spiritual things in the past. They might have felt like it separated you two, but now I feel like it's like drawing you two closer together again. So many of you might feel like that pulling back energy. It's because many of your masculines, they feel at home with maybe the knowledge or the information. Okay, so let's see how they see you at this time, Divine Feminine. Okay, so we have Freya, which is bold. So they could see you boldly expressing yourself about ascension, or manifesting, or just living life with more intention. Maybe you've been preaching this for a really long time, and a lot of your Divine Masculines always saw it as like, yeah, or it was like cheesy, or they just weren't as optimistic. They didn't have this bold approach to spirituality as you did. They didn't have this bold approach to magic like you. They didn't have this bold approach to exploration or expanding your mind or your consciousness. But you just went for it. What? We're twin flames? So cool. They were like, okay, anyway, this is lame. And they maybe chose another path that at this point, that path has fizzled out. There's no fulfillment down that path. There's no growth. There's no expansion. The people that they were surrounded by, just continuing on that route. I feel like for the Divine Feminines, everybody was going that route, so you decided to go this route. So that's what I feel like you represent. You represent going the other way, and now they want to go the other way because it's more exciting, and they see a lot of the benefits that you have reaped by going in the other direction. You're now coming off as this beautiful, bold presence that took something small and turned it into something really big. Many of your divine masculines could be a student to you right now. I think I mentioned that in one of the videos where a lot of you are serving as a mirror or a guide to your divine masculines right now. Like, you do have a lot of their attention. They're paying close attention to you. You do have a lot of their respect as well. So this is how they see you as Freya. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. Okay, so they could be gearing up to do something bold or something different in their lives. I feel like it could have a lot to do with, creativity. Many of them want to be, I feel like business owners, like definitely owning their own business in some way, or just having a stronger presence in the 3D. Okay, they really admire something that you're doing as well, Divine Feminine. Okay, you could be drawing boundaries. You could be teaching them boundaries as well, or this is part of what they could be going through in terms of this deep transformation. Maybe because you're bold and you draw boundaries, they want to be bold like you. Okay, and it says you're worth it. So a lot of your divine masculines could be getting back their confidence. I feel like that was taken from them. Like, normally your masculine does come off as like this very lion energy, but they could have been in karmic situations where it kind of took from them. Like, they kind of like dimmed that masculine energy down a little bit, and they kind of became like a yes ma'am type of energy. Like, maybe like, okay, sure, like I'll do this, or I'll, like, everything just kind of became dull on them. They lost that sense of boldness, and I think it's because like they had their boundaries overstepped too many times. So many of them are definitely getting ready to say no. Like, look at that, saying no and boundaries coming out in the same reading, along with Freya's energy of bold. A lot of them are maybe ready to put karmic situations in their place and find inner peace. A lot of your masculines want peace, and I said this too for many of your older masculines who have been kind of held up in marriages for a long time with wives where the relationship has fizzled out a really long time ago, but maybe they had to stay because of finances, stability, the kids. It was not peaceful at all, and many of them are ready to go after their peace, but it all had to do with boundaries, setting their boundaries. And part of their boundaries as well really did include like standing up for themselves and realizing that my boundary is that I can't be in the same space as you. Okay, so that's a synchronicity for some of you. We also have lust as well. So many of your masculines could be healing from this energy. They always felt as though, like, whatever they were wrapped up in, it could have been expressing themselves as a love language, and that fizzled out, I feel. Okay, and it's now become a trigger. I'm hearing it's like two people in a connection only for maybe intimacy, and then just trying to love one another, but it was nothing more than just... How far am I into this video? Okay. Where it's just, it's nothing more than the sex between people. And when you kind of realize that, and then after a long time it gets kind of bored, this kind of lust energy dies out. You realize that there really is no love language between you two, and it's now become a trigger. So I do feel like a lot of your divine masculines in the area of like boundaries, like in their lives, they're starting to stand up for their inner peace. Like, their peace means more to them than staying stagnant in something they've been caught up in for too long. This could even be like a work situation. It says blinded to the pain. So a lot of them could be feeling the pain now, whereas before they weren't. It didn't matter how many times they were bitten. They would just ignore it for the sake of, well, I have to stay because of the stability. What is this person going to do? Or I feel like just doing things for other people consistently and constantly. And now they're at a place in their life where they get to make a choice or a decision. Many of you could be seeing 222, 1212, combinations of 2s and 1s, because it's a choice to have a new beginning. Okay, 444 as well could be significant, and 414. Okay, sometimes 4, it does represent stability. Let's see what the number on this is. It's a 13. Yeah, look at that. I didn't even see that. And when we reduce it, it's a 4. So 4 represents like stability, right? But sometimes when there's too much stability, you create stagnancy, which is it gets boring or something needs to change, or you've been doing something for so long, but deep down on the inside, you're suffering. And then you become so used to it that it's like you become used to the abuse, or you become used to the nagging, or you become used to the unhappiness, or you just become used to living life in a way that's dull until I feel like, you know what's really weird that I'm getting from blinded to the pain? I feel like a lot of your divine masculines might have had an awakening where they kept saying in the next lifetime, when it came to you, divine feminine, they kept saying in the next lifetime, I'm going to find you. Somebody had a rude awakening where they've taken off this blindfold. And I feel like by saying that they're going to wait on you they're going to wait for you in the next lifetime, they're like, no, that means I'm going to stay in this till I'm dead, stay unhappy in this until I'm dead, and wait until the next lifetime for the divine feminine. Remember how I kept telling you guys the past life card was coming up from the romance angels? In fact, let's pull that out so that way we can get some messages around how your masculines are feeling for you. Many of them are not willing to wait until the next lifetime. I feel like they have been waiting. They have been waiting to come into this lifetime to experience connection with you. And you've already been bold. You've already been bold. You've already made all of the moves. Okay, so we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So aside from this connection that they've been caught up in for a really long time, you came in as the new energy. But I feel like it's not new energy. You're their soulmate from a past lifetime. Unfinished business between two people. And a lot of your divine masculines are having that epiphany and that awakening. That's why many of them are searching for answers at this time, because your energy is very comforting. Okay, heart-to-heart conversations. Many of your masculines feel safe in your presence, like it's safe for them to experience love. I feel like some of your masculines too, their energy is just really wild and out there. They've never experienced a real relationship before that's been rooted in trust, respect, and love. It's always been surface level, and it's always been superficial. Many of your masculines have been involved in relationships where that person that they're with has cared more about like the image of two people together versus like the moments that count. You know, when no one's looking, those are the moments that count. And I feel like in the moments that no one's looking, a lot of your divine masculines have felt deeply unloved for years. And I feel like what the realization that many of them are coming to, it's like a bold realization, is that like they're ready to have these heart-to-heart conversations and honestly discuss their feelings, because like they're not wanting to let this go. They want peace in their lives. Honeymoon is like they won't stop fantasizing about the time alone with you, or wanting, well, I'm going to say wanting a life with you. It's not too late to still experience a life with you. That is what I feel like a lot of your divine masculines are getting at, or maybe a tough conversation that they're getting ready to have with someone. How do they feel about moving to the next level with the divine feminine? Okay, so we have true love. Yeah, it's the romance of a lifetime, and it's this lifetime that they came to experience it as well. Okay, many of you could be going through a separation right now, but you feel this connection. It's like calling itself back in. And I feel like it's ever since you made the decision to just be bold, divine feminine, make the moves, go off in your own path. Ever since you decided to do that, many of your masculines have started to call your energy back in. But I also too, like, I'm also hearing with this card and separation, someone's taking the time to get healthy again. I'm feeling like heal addictions, saying no to others. And the reason saying no to others right now is really important for many of you is because, like, I feel like your name is starting to come up, Divine Feminine. Like, many of your masculines are starting to have heart-to-heart conversations with people that are going to be staying in their lives. I feel like they could be giving people the heads up that you're important to them. This is somebody that's going to be coming around. I would really appreciate it if you guys were to show some respect, because this is the decision that I'm making. Like, I feel like these conversations are maybe a long time coming. For that reading I shared a little while back, I was honestly getting the energy of a divine masculine having conversations with their adult children in terms of being respectful, because I do feel like somebody's had it up to here. Sorry guys, I feel like I want to cough. But yeah, I've been getting that, like, where honest heart-to-heart conversations are starting to come up where, like, they really are wanting this peace. Many of your masculines are ready to draw these boundaries, and it's in the name of, I want my divine feminine, like, I want this connection, I want love. What would you guys experience in the honeymoon energy? What do your masculines want to reveal to you in a heart-to-heart conversation? Okay, so there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, I'm getting stubbornness. I don't know why, but I feel like with this card, I feel like they're going to have to convince you, Divine Feminine. Where are you at energetically, Divine Feminines? Okay, expect a miracle. So I feel like you've maybe made a decision that you're off somewhere minding your own business. And I feel like for a lot of you, your divine masculines are going through a deep transformation in terms of coming to you. Okay, have faith in your have faith that your prayers have been heard and answered. And this is Mother Mary, and I feel like many of you, your connections are being watched over. This is for a lot of you who, I feel like there's a deep inner knowing and faith in divine timing. If you're the divine feminine, there's a deep inner knowing and faith in divine timing, and you know that this connection is being watched over. Many of you could be getting the nudge to have your hearts open to your divine masculines, because I'm hearing that somebody isn't going anywhere. And I feel like it's this divine masculine. I feel like whoever you are, divine feminine, you could have your back turned to this connection, so to speak, because, like, I'm getting a lot of you have been on this journey for years. Like, this card is going to resonate for many of you whose masculines, you know, I feel like you've stayed single, divine feminine. You haven't held space for anybody else because you've never been able to feel that chemistry with anybody else. But there's a stubbornness about you where you've let them go. You've let them go. And I feel like Mother Mary is letting you know to expect a miracle. And this is why I was picking up on that reading for many of you who, you know, you've always thought to yourself, your divine masculines are never going to leave behind some kind of marriage that they've been in for a really long time. And I feel like a lot of you are going to get ready to be shocked towards, like, the end of this year in terms of, like, divorces, separation, contracts, things like that coming up, where it's not going to be such a taboo thing. I don't know why I'm getting that for many of you, but get ready for, like, the chemistry to be, like, renewed for a lot of you. And that's going to be the miracle, because I do feel like whoever you are, divine feminine, you could really be in that place of, like, it's going to have to be a miracle, because you may hold space for them. Maybe you're even watching this reading, but, like, that chemistry is gone. Prepare for the chemistry to be returned, because I do feel like once many of you get that news, or once many of you see that transformation or that change, you can't control, like, the tsunami waves of emotion that come over you on the journey. It's like an epiphany, or it's like you can't believe things just happen to move the way that they do on the path. Okay, it just kind of takes your breath away. Okay, that could be a song synchronicity for many of you. Take my breath away. All right, so yeah, expect a miracle in the form of many of your divine masculines just really showing you that they're on this journey too. All right, so that's what I have for you guys for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys would like a personal session with me, I do offer one-to-one sessions. I'm over at hipsy.com and wizio.com. And if you guys would like to join the memberships, I do have a whole other library filled with 18 plus readings that, they may resonate with where you guys are on the journey as well. Some of the readings I've been posting for maybe like a couple of years back are really resonating now. So be sure to join the channel and check those out if you guys are interested, okay? So yeah, check out the links. Lots of ways to reach me if you guys want to work with me personally. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? All right, take care, guys. Bye.